Hey, we're live. What's going on? It's probably gonna be choppy as fuck, but it's okay. Cause I'm out here. I was on this hike. And was like, yo, I got my phone on me. I can go live. I woke up early as fuck. Like I woke up at it was probably 2:30 in the morning when I woke up. But I went to bed at I don't even know, early for me at least. And I really don't get that much sleep, but I really don't need that much sleep. I don't know. If I sleep for too long, I start to get bothered. So I don't know. So I came out here. It's cold as shit, but I wanted to look at that. Look at that. Hold on. I could turn the camera around so look at that. So beautiful. Upstate New York is beautiful. For real. I don't even know if anybody's gonna be in here with me. I mean, it's 7 in the morning, so it's early. I'm just enjoying the view. Right. Out here connecting with Mother Nature. As the geese fly away. I think they're geese. I don't think they're ducks. Maybe they are ducks. I don't know. But yeah. I'm out here. I'm about to go home in a little bit. And maybe I'll have y'all chill with me. Smoke when I go home. But, yeah. Do people even stare at Mother Nature anymore? You know how, you can get caught up staring at a beautiful woman? I don't know. You know how, beautiful women can, capture your eye, right? Well, that captures my eye in the same way. That captures my eye in the same way. Huh. For real. I get hit with such a hard level of oxytocin every time I come out here. Because I understand that this planet, this thing, right, is alive. She is Mother Earth, the spirit of all plants, the spirit in the air, the spirit in me, and the spirit in you, right? But yeah. I love coming down here, right? I have such a deep connection to this place. I mean, this is my hometown, right? You know what I mean? But I don't know. I've always come down here every time I was stressed out, or if I needed something, or if I needed some comfort, if I needed a hug, but ain't nobody there to hug me. I just come right here. Mother Nature embraces me. She holds me through all my problems. I could literally just sit here and stare at stare at that forever. And I'm sober as fuck. I have not smoked any weed yet today, and I've been up for a while. And I could have dabbed. I could have dabbed the fuck out. I had to do my morning routine, work out, and learned watch some like entertaining videos that I would consider entertaining for me, because like later today I'm like gonna be learning and like focusing on some things. And but yeah, Pachamama. Man, I don't want to leave. Like, I just want to sit here and stare. But my hands are getting cold. Yuli Adamus, wait, what's going on? It says, what am I learning? Later, I am learning, Blender. I'm working on, just tutorials on Blender, learning how to, digitally animate. And, like, I have to learn how to mold and sculpt. And then an easier way that I'm going to do this is because I have a touchscreen, computer, all-in-one computer, I'm just gonna buy a pen thing, because like you could buy a pen, like one of those pens, kind of like you would get for your phone or whatever. But I'm gonna use that to help me animate, because the way that you sculpt and whatever, I'll be able to do it so much better with a fucking pen instead of me using the mouse or me like whatever. Because I was there trying to do something, like I was just fucking around, because I was watching this tutorial, but then I wanted to try something that wasn't in the tutorial. But I was like, yo bro, that's gonna be impossible. Like, in fucking possible. I mean, people said it was impossible for me to make beats without like a keyboard. I made like 4 songs on my album with just the computer mouse in my touchscreen computer. It was really, really hard to make a beat with just the computer mouse, because I had to click in every fucking note and every little thing, just one click at a time. But because I've been using FL Studios for 15 years, I was like, yeah, it's fine. You know, it's a little harder, but it's okay. I'm just starting out with Blender, so I'm trying to think of every fucking way I can cut corners, I can get around the hard stuff, because like, it's gonna take too long. I don't have that much time. So I'm probably just gonna buy the pen today or tomorrow. It shouldn't be that much. Like if I buy like a stylus pen or something, it shouldn't be that much. And then things just flow from there. My computer is well, you could turn it into a tablet. It's an all-in-one computer, all-in-one touchscreen computer, and as long as it's touchscreen, majority of technology or computers or whatever will adapt to the pen, as long as it's a touchscreen. But my all-in-one computer has tablet mode on it. If I wanted to like take the thing off and hang it on the wall and like put it sideways like a tablet. But either way, it'll just help a lot. And I'm just learning a bunch of animation because it's something I really want to get into. There's this thing called deep motion that I'm probably gonna have to fucking pay for. But as soon as I get my character animated, I'll be able to set up the camera, like get this thing where I can mount the phone in front of me, and like get these gloves, mount the phone in front of me, and basically the character will be able to, I'll be able to, you know, move the character when I move. When I talk, it talks. When, you know, you can basically animate the character with videos with this thing. And I was like, fuck yes. So that's what I'm gonna do. Use GIMP. What is GIMP? So like, I'm so new to this, it's insane. So like, somebody told me about deep motion, and I was like, fuck yeah. But as soon as I realized I had to pay for it, I was like, fuck no. Damn. But because I want to get this shit done now. I'm trying so hard to like learn this shit fast, but you can't learn fast if you want to actually learn. It might have motion capture. I've seen a video or something. But man, that deep motion shit was awesome. Like, so simple, so easy. So what I'm trying to do, and I was like, fuck yeah. But everything just takes time for me to get everything. Shitty thing is, I wish time like was just hurry the fuck up. But like, by this coming spring, I should have this motherfucker animated, and I should have this motherfucker in the goddamn metaverse, and like, I don't know. I'm trying to rock my own skin. I'm trying to have fucking concerts. I'm trying to do all this shit, and I'm like, man, this is gonna take a while. Unless I had money to then pay somebody to just do this for me. Like, I would pay somebody to make the animation for me, because I have the basics of what I wanted. But learning it on my own is fun. It's fun learning new things. In the beginning, it was fucking stupid, because I felt so stupid trying to learn this shit. And I was like, oh, it shouldn't be that hard. You know, I know how to make beats with FL Studios. But it is a little different. I'm ready to smoke. My hands are so cold. Look at that sun. Look at that sunrise. So sexy. Mother Nature is the sexiest woman alive, let me tell you. And she's that woman that will always be there. Always. Somebody asked me, like, why I do psychedelics or why I do plants. That's why. Because Mother Earth has my back. But she has yours too. She has everybody's. I didn't realize that I actually, because I don't like the stereotypes of hippies or whatever, or like stereotype of anything. But I didn't realize that I actually kind of am the stereotype of a hippie. Like, everyone in my hometown considers me like the hippie guy. But like, I didn't realize, you know, man, just the fact I generally come down here just to connect, stare at the sun, stare at the fucking trees, and feel Mother Earth as I'm walking on her underneath my feet. I feel her. It's some deep shit. Cold air woke me the fuck up though, because I was getting tired. But I'm ready to go smoke. Maybe work on some music. Because I've been learning animation, I've been like hesitant on the music, but I'm just fixing up some last things because I want to release the album. But I'm just working on a few last things before I release all the songs from the album, because some of the songs the volume is a little loud and some of the songs the volume is a little low, like, so I have to make all the songs the same volume. Because if not, somebody will play the album, and then they'll play one song, and it's like kind of quiet, so then they turn it up. But then the next song comes on, and that song was like 5 to 8 decibels louder than the other song. So then it's just like boom, boom, then they have to immediately turn it down. And so I want to like fix that problem, and then it should be done. Woo! Yuli Adamus says, what type of character are you going to animate, real or cartoon? First I'm animating me. So like, I don't know if you've seen the thing that I recently put on my my icon for like my profile picture for YouTube. But that's the basic idea of just animating me and like whatever. But then that's because I want to have concerts, like animated concert in a sense, and so I gotta first figure out how to animate me. But then as soon as I animate me, I got some ideas. Like fuck this, I want to animate a character that's not human, right? I want to animate my own being. I can animate a light being. I don't know, some of those light beings I see in DMT space. Why not figure out how to animate something like that and then be that? Back in the projects. You have any character designs, or you're gonna look for 3D models? I was actually planning on just seeing. Hold on, let me wait till I get inside. I was actually waiting until I see. Oh shit. Ooh, cold. But I was practicing some like drawing, but then I was like trying to see, okay, if I just take a picture of myself, right? And I take a picture of myself like boom, and then take a picture of myself from arms down, and then to the side, and then to the other side, and then the back. I was like, I wonder if I'll be able to just take that and then build the basic shape of my body from that, like from my actual body, because I don't know how animation really works. So like, I was like, I have all these ideas, but I don't even know if these ideas are possible because I don't know what's possible in animation and what's not. So like, I'm just basing off these ideas where I was like, if I just take a picture of myself and then kind of draw over it or whatever and kind of like trace over it in a sense, I could probably do it that way. Um, but yeah. But then also with Blender, as soon as I get this pen, I can mold a body out of the things. Like it'll be so much easier to do it with a pen on my fucking thing, because like I will mold, like, because you can get this basic like triangle type shape with like this round ball thing at the top, where basically I can mold that into a body if I wanted, and mold that into the whatever. And but yeah, just so much I do not know yet, so much I don't know, but I'm excited to learn. I'm just excited to kind of get this thing going. You have to have many 3D scans. One of face with high def upper body and full body. You just put in a 3D bone structure and have it move to motion capture. And move the structure manually. Or move the structure manually. So I don't even know what you just said, really. I mean, I read it. But I was like, 3D bone structure, what? I mean, I've seen some things on Blender. Like, I'm so new to this that, like, I just jumped in because it's something I've always wanted to do. And now that I'm single and I'm alone, I was like, well, I might as well fucking take the time to learn this shit. Because, like, it's really what I want to do. Yeah. Holy shit, my hands are cold. So I'm going to keep my coat on. But let's jam the fuck out. Take some kratom. Ah, let's smoke. I just got some shatter yesterday. Okay. Ooh, my hands are still cold. Everything I need to do. I watched an interview with the guy that made Blender, right? Dude is Dutch, so like it was so hard to understand his English because like it sounded like he had a mouthful of food while he was talking, and like I was like, thank God there's subtitles, but it was really dope listening to like how Blender was created and how it started and why it's free, right? Because like Blender is the main animation program that's free, and like I think Pixar was one of the first people to like utilize Blender in like a open way. There's a lot of other programs that like I guess $1 million like studios would use or like all these other programs and but all of those you got to pay for. Blender is one that's free, but it's also the one that's more technical or less things already prepared for you or like you know okay. What's called photo scanning? Because this shit is like Greek to me, bro. But I like situations that make me feel stupid. Because like it really pushes me to my limits to see what's possible for me and what's not. And it reminds me that what we believe is possible for us. If you believe it's impossible, it's impossible. If you believe it's possible, it's possible. The fuck? Oh. I was like, what the hell? That's what I'm noticing. Yuli Adam S says, all arts are the same, just different mediums. Something I noticed as soon as I just pulled up FL Studios, I was like, wow. Well, that's like Blender in a sense. Like this right here, this grid is similar to the grid line in Blender that it's just this is audio and that's visual, and they're kind of the same thing in a sense. I mean, just like you said, different mediums, so there's little differences here and there, and just like with all these other from Blender to all these different animation programs, they're all different mediums, but they're all doing the same thing. I just want to use anything that's free. I ain't got money for to buy anything right now, so I'm like, shit, free it is. people be saying that you need like like a big processor or like sound cards and graphic cards and all this other shit. And really what those do is make it so your computer doesn't skip or lag or like with FL Studios it starts to create a static. So like if I put too many instruments on here, too many effects, create that static. And that static is just for me playing the song in FL Studios. The static goes away once the song is saved. But if I had a better processor in my computer or less shit on my computer, more space, more whatever, it wouldn't do that. But it doesn't really bother me. I feel like the best thing artists can do is become resourceful with the resources you have. Like instead of attempting to try to buy all the freaking crazy plugins and all these crazy different things and all those different tools, right? I think it would prevent somebody from like learning the hard technical tools that could be learned by like jumping into something with nothing. Like jumping into basics of Blender and be able to learn the basics of Blender. And that's the first thing you're learning. Jumping into the basics of FL Studios, like when I was 12, I was able to jump into it and learn the basics because like back then there wasn't really tutorials on it, so like I was just learning by clicking buttons and turning knobs and like figuring out what does this knob do and what does this do. And, oh my god, you could add instruments to the mixing board? Oh my god, you can add effects to them? Holy shit! And like, it just, all these different things I learned just by fucking with the program and what the stock plugins, these stock plugins for like most of my sounds, like almost all my sounds. But if in the beginning, I bought a bunch of plugins and I bought everything, I wouldn't have even fucked with the stock plugins. I wouldn't have even, there would have been no reason for me to tweak with the stock plugins and tweak the sounds and try to get them to sound not so stock plugin-ish. But now we're on this journey to learn animation. But I don't know why, I'm like ready to go. People use a program called Mushroom. I've heard of Mushroom. I just don't know where or what the conversation was or why, but I have heard of it. So I had to turn this bass down when I heard this shit in my dude's car, cause I tweaked the bass. I tweaked like all the instruments, but what I mean is like I tweaked this bass specifically to sound more. And not just a sound. I gave it more of a vibration. By adding a little distortion and like tweaking the frequencies and just doing my thing. I think I added a compression and something else. But when I heard it in my dude's car, like the volume before, I didn't change any of the volume, right? It's because the volume was perfect before I added those effects and stuff to the bass. But once I added those things to the bass and I went in my dude's car, every time the bass would hit, it would vibrate like our legs so much because my ass, like in the headphones, it sounded dope to put the bass at the bottom. Like, cause in the headphones, it just sounded boom, boom, boom. And then the other instruments would like be up here and be like, and then like all this other shit that was going on, right? But I heard it in his car and I was like, damn, I gotta turn the bass down because I added more of a vibration to the bass. It now has to be turned down. So like it's gonna look like if I looked at the frequencies of it or like the actual sound waves themselves when the bass hits, you could see it. So I'm turning it down to the point where it looks like it's not gonna be loud enough, but then when I play it in my dude's car again, I know that it's gonna be perfect because I moved the bass up and I added a stereo effect to it and like I guess you could say saturated it, but I don't like the word saturate because like what does that mean? Like that doesn't really mean anything really. I mean it does, but it doesn't. It just means you're spreading the bass out instead of it being in one particular place in the headphones or in the speaker, because that was the issue that I was having with this song is the bass. I put the bass in the bottom of the headphones, but then as he was driving the car, the bass would hit. Like the whole instruments, the whole song was dope, but then the only problem was the bass was vibrating in my fucking ass. Like I was sitting there and it was like boom, 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 and it wasn't vibrating my ass like in a fucking. It was vibrating my ass like a fucking vibrator. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like I made it vibrate too much. So then I either have to turn the vibration down or I need to just shit. I was figuring out with the fucking bass. I was like, oh shit. What the fuck is that? Yeah, still not turn this fucking bass down. Oh, that's gonna be fine. So I'm saving that. It's not even 8 in the morning yet. I'm getting this shit done. Shit. Yuli Adamas says, you holding any crypto for your move into the meta? I will be. But I was literally about to make a video about how poor I have been in my life and like how it has been shitty as fuck, but also kind of willingly poor. I dealt with a fucking problem waking up, right? When you get woke or when I started using psychedelics and shit, because before psychedelics, like I got this thing on my hand tatted called Straight Cash. It was this rap group / gang I was in, and like, so I'm kind of putting my own ego back together and like getting my wants in order, cause like I don't know. It was this weird thing where I've researched all this shit. I should have gotten to crypto years ago. I should have gotten to all this shit years ago. I would probably been in such a different place in life. But at the same time, I wouldn't be me. So like now I'm getting into crypto. Now I'm getting into this shit. Cause like I ran into an issue. Like I was watching this Kanye West interview with Drink Champs, and he said something about like something about living like a nomad and like how he gave up. He doesn't have a house right now. Like he doesn't have a home, so he's kind of living at his one dude's house and living at this guy's house and going here and staying at that dude and kind of just he explained like living like a nomad. And he was explaining some people are homeless willingly, like they are willingly homeless, and that shit is real. That shit is so fucking real. Cause like I don't know, it sounds crazy as fuck to people, but like I don't know. I've been homeless before, and like I'd rather be homeless. Like let me go to South America or something and try to go stay with a shaman or something. Like that would be my ideal version of that. Or like I've thought about going to a Buddhist monastery, but like I'm not really into not being able to smoke weed or like not being able to do what I want to do type shit. So I was like, it'd probably be better off if I go live with a shaman instead if I was to go do something like that. But and I'm like, no, bro, you just need to get your fucking shit. You need to sit the fuck down. You just need to work on your shit. Is what I was telling myself. Cause yeah. Cause this funny thing when you get woke or psychedelically, I don't know what the fuck word to call it, but when you get this shit, you start to like look at money in a like negative way. Um, and that's what I did. I started looking at like I looked at it like for years where it was like, well, if you're a spiritual teacher and you're making money, you're not a real spiritual teacher because you don't know what it's like to have nothing. And if you don't know what it's like to live with nothing, to have nothing, to be nothing but spirit, then you're not a spiritual teacher. Because that's something I've learned over the years is my spiritual power that I've gained is based on me only having my spirit. Like the only thing I have is spirit. Like, I got one pair of shoes, I got a couple pairs of this, and like one of this, and one of that, and like, right now, my life is drastically changing. I'm finally getting this shit in order. I will have money to buy more things for myself. I will, like I said, I'm getting into crypto. Like I said, I'm working on an NFT project for myself. Like, I'm going to be selling beats, and I'm doing all these things, but I'm glad that I waited to do these things because if I didn't wait to do these things, my ego would have been out of control with the money, with the crypto, with my business, with all of these things, and I wouldn't be as wise as I am. I wouldn't be as in control of myself as I am. And I wouldn't be as happy as I am. I am so fucking peacefully happy. And I don't know how to like help other people get there because the way I got there was by being, when I was homeless in the middle of the winter, in 2013. Me going on these psychedelic journeys and me letting go of my attachments in the human world, the letting go of the attachment of things or like clothes and this and that, and letting go of the attachment of money to the point where it was like I've lived off of the bare minimum for like years now, like the bare minimum. And it's mainly because I didn't want. I guess I just get it, right? I don't know what I get, but I get it. That this world uh, either has you or you have the world. Like, and for me, the world has me. The world has my back, right? A lot of people want the world, so they try to have things, right? I wanted to make sure I had mind first, my mind. Because I know so many people that have things, but then they're still asking me for advice. So many people, like actual friends in my real life, dude always asks me for advice on like how to get over negative thinking and how to follow your passions. How do you gain motivation? How do you this? How do you that? How do you this? And like he has, his master's degree. He has, nice car, nice house, nice this, nice that, money, nice clothes, nice everything, but doesn't have this. And something I observed because of my actual friends in my real life, they're still asking me for life advice. Um, that whatever they are chasing is not the thing. That was not the thing. So I said, fuck that. I need to get the thing, the real thing, whatever the real thing is. The real thing is being able to sit here and be happy with nothing. I could become a homeless man on the street and I'm be as happy as I am right now. I can get a mansion and nothing's gonna change. Like I'm me, no matter what. No matter how much amount of money I get, no matter how poor I am, uh, no matter what end of the spectrum I end up on, I am now always going to be me because this is the thing I've worked on. I have made myself the man I want to be based on the thoughts that I think by practicing mantras and meditation and actually practicing this shit. Actually practicing the ability to let go of attachments. Gaining control of my own mind. No longer overthinking. Like, if I'm not saying anything, I'm usually not thinking. Like, but it's been like this now, the way I wanted it to be for the past 2 years. So I would say actually honestly about the past year, I would say that I finally gained full control over my thinking problem. That I would just think on this constant thing of like, I talk a lot and I speak about my ideas a lot, but when I just wanted to sit down and watch a movie or sit down and make a beat or sit down and do something, overthinking would get involved, would get in the way. Thinking in general, I don't know. Sometimes you'll think and then you'll be like, I wonder if this is that thing was like that, and just you kind of just bounce. And I gained control of that. I've let my anxiety, my depression. I used to self-harm and all of that shit. I fixed myself. I've healed myself. And now that I've healed myself, I'm ready to get some material shit. I'm ready to get the fucking materials things that I deserve, right? And it's like, I'm glad that the man I am is now actually prepared to hold the things that I deserve. Because, yeah, I feel like if you want more in life, you have to be more in life. If you want something different, you have to be different. If you want, because I was literally just about to make a video about this because I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast and this dude, I don't know who the fuck was on it, but dude said that he was dealing with some things because like he just thought that once he got success in his career that he would feel different, and I felt so bad for this dude because like I'm like, damn, there's nothing you can do about that. That's something I understand, that the way I feel right now is how I will feel for the rest of my life. If I get $1 million record deal, if I start $1 million business and starts pulling in $1 million a year, or if I start getting crypto and I fucking triple, quadruple, but fucking quadruple my money and all this other shit. If I felt like somebody else before, I'm gonna feel like somebody else after. If I had weak thoughts before, I'll have weak thoughts after. If I had anxiety before, I'll have anxiety after. That's what I didn't want. Like, I think observing my friends chase materialism is a sad thing. And then for them, watching me chase spirituality is a sad thing. Because, like, for them, watching me chase spirituality is like, man, like he used to always dress with the nice clothes. He used to always come with the fresh pair of jeans. He used to always come with the, like, man, what's happened to him, man? Like those drugs got to him, man. Like that's what people tell me. And I'm like, what happened to you? That money got to you, right? That materialistic world has you so consumed thinking that you have to make money all the damn time that you're not even living. You're just making money and trying to save money and trying to uh, be comfortable or trying to whatever. I'm fucking comfortable now. I was comfortable down by the river freezing. I'm comfortable in, I'll be comfortable in a mansion. I'll be comfortable in the projects. I'll be comfortable on the streets, and I'll be comfortable in heaven, and I'll be comfortable in hell. Like, I'm comfortable no matter where I am because it's not about where you are. It's about what you are. It's not about what you have. It's about who you are, right? And what type of thoughts do you have? And like, man. Usually Adam S says, of course I hate my being live on the phone. It doesn't tell me when somebody comments. You know what money is? Your ego then translate how you see its potential. Well, money is just energy, right? That's something I've realized. That's why money can be crypto. That's why money is paper. That's why money is a lot of things because it's not real. It's actually just energy that we're paying each other in energy, right? Because we are beings of energy. We are beings of light. That's all money is. Money is just the physical representation of the energy. And like if you have $20, you have $20 worth of energy. Like that $20 can give you $20 worth of energy of, this thing. But then I've realized I have so much energy with or without it. Some people gain power, like people want money because they want to be a powerful man. You got to start that $1 million business and gain your power, be a powerful man. I'm powerful because I'm not chasing anything. I am who I am. And it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful. Like, I love who I am. But now that I have that shit, because a year ago I did not love who I was. A year ago I was cutting my fucking legs because I was self-harming. A year ago I was dealing with shit, and yeah. What's so funny is a year ago I had more money. Like, summer of 2020, I made thousands of dollars. It didn't bring me what I knew it wasn't going to bring me something because I didn't expect it to bring me anything. I expect it just to do what it is. Money is money. It's nothing more, nothing less. Yuli Adams says material is just the potential of energy. And I would say that, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense though. Because everything in the material was first in the mind, right? Because thoughts create reality. But somebody's had the idea of things before the thing actually was created. Fuck yeah. Hey, King, what's going on? It says Mark Dreams, Psychedelics, and Computers about to drop. Let's get it. Fuck yes, it is, bro. And I'm happy. Why aren't you sheeple anymore, man? You changed on us, bro. That's what people will say. Because, like, it's this weird thing. Because, like, I'm at this point in my life where I'm like, yeah, I can go be a homeless man on the street. I'm fine. I can actually live the spiritual life and actually be that spiritual guy, whatever. But now I'm like, no. I should probably start focusing on some things, balancing some things, and let's try to balance this. But as soon as I get into this shit for real, like, people are going to be like, bro, you done switched up on us. I thought you were fucking spiritual, man. Now you're talking about crypto and money and NFTs. Like, man, I thought this was, man, you fake. Click. And then it's the funny thing that, no, I'm real. And I don't think, like, a lot of these spiritual teachers, they already got their fucking $1 million in the bank. They just never talk about it. Like, I see all these spiritual teachers on the internet. I bet they're all millionaires. Faking the spirituality like it's, like they're faking the struggle. They're like, I don't know, it's this weird thing. I'm living it. But I'm loving it. Like it's, I don't know, like it's a fucking McDonald's commercial or something. Fuck yeah, King. It's all about the journey in Light 1. Fuck yeah. And it's this battle I have in my head. And I don't know if it's my ego and consciousness kind of like going against each other. Consciousness is like, no, you had it right. You got it right. You're doing your thing. And keep on moving. Keep on doing it. Keep on believing what you're believing. My ego's like, Yeah, your beliefs are beautiful, man. But let's get some things. You know, like, shit. I can't find the fucking. Oh, there it is. But yeah, as soon as this album is fucking out, I can't wait. I'm excited. Like, cause I already got a couple songs for my next project that I'm working on, and but I'm taking a break from music projects for a second so I can learn animation, and I just realized I'm doing too much, and my mind is so scattered sometimes that like, in a sense, I'll feel like okay, I'm doing this. 20 minutes later, I'm doing this. 20 minutes later, I'm doing this. 20 minutes later, I'm making a video. Then I'm gonna like, I'm always doing. So I need to balance my mind and time wisely. Okay. Now let's do a dab because I ain't smoked since yesterday. Play some music. Music. I need to save this. I'm excited about this album about to drop. What's really shitty is because I've listened to the album probably over 1,000 times. Like it's starting to get like damn. Okay, I need some new songs to start putting on. But I know because the shit's gonna be brand new to everyone else, they're gonna hopefully love it the same way I loved it as soon as I heard the album for the first time that it was done. And I was like, oh my god, like I like had like my own little listening party with myself, where it's like when all the songs were done or basically close to done, you know, they were all laid out and saved. I took some LSD, played my album on repeat, and put the headphones on for like 3-4 hours, right? And just had a listening party. It was like, wow, it's fuck yeah. So, if y'all smoke with me. I'm about to do a dab. I love doing a dab when I took a break, and I guess it's not really a break. I just haven't smoked since yesterday. But because I haven't smoked since yesterday, this dab is gonna rock me. I'll play one of my old songs that I'm not releasing, but multitasking with a torch. Don't try that at home. Oh yeah, this is I can tell this is an old beat that I made. Cheers. Woo! shit. I love THC. Let me tell you, that's been the molecule that has had been there since I can remember. I took one look at myself in the um, camera thing. I was like, damn, that shit worked. Eyes baggy and all. Yo, I totally forgot about this beat. Like, you know, the majority of my beat making career was literally only for me to listen to my music. Like, like this beat, I had no intention of ever releasing to, like, that's why it's just sitting here. And unless I go back and fix it up, it'll always just sit here, and I'll be the only one that ever really hears it. But I feel like this one has potential. It's one of the first beats that started creating my sound that I have now. I just have to tweak all the instruments and the frequencies of everything, but everything's laid out dope. I've always been able to like lay things out like really dope. If I can take this off now. And I wrote a song to this. Like I wrote an actual like a verse and a chorus. It's like no one is around. Motivation, let's just take it all. Reality was just the picture we saw. Now I just have to teach myself how to draw. Now that we know the truth, what do we do? Cause most of the world still has no clue. It's all in your mind, it's just an illusion. We are creators, I'm sure you know it. See, the problem was, when I started getting back into rapping, it was, I guess you could call conscious rap or woke rap or whatever you want to call it. But it's only because rap has always been this thing where when people rap, they tend to talk about their life. And then, you know, like, the fake rappers talk about the fake life that they wish they were living or that they don't wish they were living or whatever. But, but, like, you know how, like, thugs, like, real thug motherfuckers just make real thug rap type music. And, like, so as I became the me that I am now, like I just ended up making psychedelic music, talking about the journey, talking about the enlightenment, talking about like I don't know. So like that's kind of why my songs started having no words, like had less words, cuz I know I'm good at what I do because I've practiced it my entire life, but I'm like, man, I don't know. Hey, King says, thinking about creating any visuals for the songs on the album. So that is my goal. It's not gonna happen for Psychedelics and Computers until after the album's dropped. Like, because I'm just learning this now. But I have this idea for a video visualizer for the entire album, but I wanted to do it myself. I have to use there's stock footage, and there's certain websites you can get like stock videos and stock pictures from, that are like copyright free, that are free to use in, you know, any movie or thing you want to do. And I'm using a lot of those mixed in with a couple videos of my own and thing. I asked this one dude if I could use his video, because this one dude had a video of this girl just waking up, and it was just like a little mini clip movie thing of a girl waking up and frolicking in a basically in a field of wheatgrass, and I loved it because it was perfect to the idea of the story that I had for when I dropped this thing. Um, I guess I could pull it up, but it's just so when I drop the album, I'm dropping video visualizers individually for every single song on YouTube, as well as the entire album will be in one video visualizer. Like all of those video visualizers will also be connected to the one video visualizer. So that's the plan. And this is why it's taking a little longer to do this shit, because I want to. I'm fucking dying still. But I wanted to drop the video visualizers, and I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to do it on my own, and it's my ego. My ego was like, I just want to do everything. I want to make the actual animations themselves, which I'm learning in Blender, but it's going to take me about fucking 6 months probably to get good. I need to get good. And yeah, so that's what I'm trying. But this is the thing. Okay, so this is the thing so far. I'm not going to play. Oh shit, what the hell? Okay, hold up. Hold up. What would that be? Something's missing. Oh. Okay, so the goal was the. Oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to play this. But yeah, oh shit. I have a lot of goals with all this art I'm trying to do and all this shit I'm trying to do. And as soon as I figure out how to do it, I want to try to just explain how I did it, what I'm doing, and yeah. Because I think this NFT shit is going to change everything, and like artists and our capability as human beings, as people. But so I put it's time to wake up. Obviously she woke up, but I added those things in there because I wanted to try to explain, and then I added my own footage and like whatever. I'm just using a basic and back to basic I'm fucking programs, but I'm just using Windows Movie Maker. I'm literally about to get Vegas movie studio though today. I just got to email my homie. I keep forgetting to email him, but yeah. I'm so fucking stoned now. speaking about this. And see, these are all projects I'm working on all at the same damn time. It's insane. Like working on this video visualizer, which is every single song, video of every video visualizer, whatever, of every single song in one little thing. But it's not one little thing. Every single song is like sometimes 5 to like 7 minutes. So then I'm like, damn, this is gonna be a little long, because there's gonna be like 15 songs or like something like that. So yeah. Bro, it's early as fuck. Because then to skip to it, there's, once you get to the end. So the visuals and things like working on and I'll probably remove the Mark Dreams, the thing, or maybe not. I haven't decided yet. Maybe make it smaller. And like, so I just started staring at the ceiling. They started sucking me into it, and they started laying on the back. And I felt like I was swimming like this, but it felt like I was melting into the bed and melting into the visuals themselves. It was like I was no longer looking at the ceiling, looking at the visuals in the ceiling. I started and so all these videos are free to use. So that's why I was like, that's perfect. But yeah, and that's the fucking plan. But then the plan is I got this book I'm trying to do, and I just, in the middle of everything I'm trying to do, I just need to make sure that I can keep the lights on and pay the bills. So, because as long as that's taken care of, everything else will take care of itself and I'll be fine. Like, I guess it's this thing that I understand what it means to not, just focus on yourself and, work on yourself. And, like, if you want to change the world, change yourself. I used to hear that saying all the fucking time. And I didn't get it. Because I was like, nah, bro, we gotta change the world. What you mean? Like, fuck it. Like, I just used to look at that as like an excuse to be lazy. Like, to be blunt. I don't know. I used to be like, I think that's just an excuse that it's hard to change the world. So, of course, it's, it's easier to change yourself. But no, they're both hard. But I don't know. When you change yourself, the world around you begins to change. And like, I'm like, okay. And I changed myself first mentally because I need to believe in myself. I need to believe in the things that I'm thinking about, the plans, it looks crazy what I'm doing, the way I'm doing it, especially to people in my real life. But I'm like, man, I'm having the time of my fucking life on this journey. Like, just trying, exploring, learning, growing, expanding my mind, and like all the above. And like, I've experienced things that I understand money could never buy, or things that, just are rare. Those rarity things that are so priceless that you couldn't even make it as an NFT, which is that feeling of self-worth, or that feeling of self-love, or a lot of people hate the certain term self-love, or like whatever. I just mean, it means so much. It means that you're self-disciplined. It means that you love yourself. It means that you do the things you love. It means that you like today, this morning, I took care of myself. I went out down by the river, right? I woke up this morning, You know, I wash my face. I get up. I do my thing. I take my herbs. I meditate, or sometimes I don't meditate. And then if I don't meditate, I stretch, and I'm taking care of myself because I want to make sure that I'm like good. Is because as long as I'm good, then I could, radiate good. That's just how it works. Because I realize a lot of people are I'm just kind of an artist with everything I'm doing. Like even my videos, in a sense, is an art. Um, because like some videos, I might be sober in the video on purpose. Cause like when I'm sober, I'm a different person than when I'm stoned. Um, and not necessarily a different person. It's just a lot of people will mistake me for angry or like because usually if I'm sober, I'm on coffee, or I mean coffee and kratom in a sense. I'm not really sober, but like sober from cannabis. But coffee will have you hype as fuck, Like I don't know, like so like yeah. I don't know how I got on a tangent about that, but I should work on this. Goku versus Naruto. Why don't you stay sober? Cause over the years, I've gained this relationship with certain plants, I guess. So, like, I got into using substances from, uh, like, researching shamanism and or researching Terrence McKenna. That's how I got into DMT and psychedelics. But, um, it's just the way I look at these things is they are literally our helpers. If you need them, they're there. Like, I made some motherwort the other day. And you take high doses of motherwort, it has like this spiritual knockout type, like drowsy, trippy, high vibe to it or whatever. But it's comforting. It feels like a mother's love. Like it's just it has a mother's vibe to it, and I believe that these plants have personalities and they have individual uh, things, and I don't know how to explain it, but all I know is I took motherwort because I was I was sad because I missed my ex and she ain't coming back, bro. She ain't coming back. So there's these realizations that uh, I'm facing, and I'm glad that I don't have to do it alone. I'm glad that the plants are there to guide me through this, and I maneuver through this human world with the backing of these plant spirits. Like, for real. Like, this shit is so real to me. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But, yeah. But, LSD is not a plant. It does still make me feel connected to the psychedelic, to the same thing that other psychedelics do. But, um, so LSD is a little different. I use LSD as a tool. I've used it to help me, I guess, make music and like get better at tweaking the frequencies the way I want and tweaking the echoes the way I want. Cause like I tweak the echoes and like And it's just fucking awesome. I don't know. LSD does something to music and the ears, and it's fucking insane. And I can tweak the frequencies, and I've been able to see my music, bro. Like I could, like I put the blindfold on, I put my headphones in, and I can see the music that I am making, not just hear it. And it's fucking insane, and it's beautiful, and it's more beautiful that I can change the frequency and I'll change what I'll see. Like what? Like it was insane. So that's kind of why I use LSD now. That's not why I used it before, but right now in my life. But it's not just LSD. The other day I took Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds. Um, and a lot of people don't like Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds because they make you nauseous. Um, and they don't feel good. But I like that about them. That's their personality. You know, Hawaiian Baby Widow Seeds is not the young partier like LSD is. Like that's what I mean. Like all these things kind of have like a personality to them. Once you get to know their personality, um, but you have to get to know it and let it get to know you, and you literally build a relationship after time of using them. Now I've gained this idea. It wasn't my idea. This idea of looking at the plants in this way, I gained it by researching shamanism and the way they look at the plants and the way that why they do them and what they think plants are. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, Yuli Adamas, you're awesome. Says LSD is mutated fungi. Fuck yeah. Cause like I've done LSA so many times that like LSD has it feels like the daughter or child or son or both of the fucking of LSA. LSA has this old I'll knock you the fuck out vibe to it, like, and knock you the fuck out as in it'll make you bow to your knees. That's what I like about some of these psychedelics is they're the only thing that makes me bow to my knees to them. Like Hawaiian baby widow seeds, ayahuasca, and smoked DMT, and then DMT. Um, so those things make like will bow you to your fucking knees. Now psilocybin will too. 5 grams psilocybin in silent darkness. Put the blindfold on, lay down, and go into it. That is also going to make you bow to your knees to it, because these things ain't nothing at those levels. It's a different thing where you're getting to know it. But the reason why it makes you bow to your knees to it is because like we go in with such human ego and such human attachments and human things that communicating with an entity that is not human requires you to be able to handle that as like, so you gotta probably you gotta let go of some things and like just trust it and let it take you, and you kind of take its hand and it just guides you through it. That's what I did with DMT for so many DMT trips, hundreds of DMT trips, where I feel like I had this female entity with me because I would call for her. I've learned how to maneuver in the DMT space, and it was a beautiful thing. I was getting ready to get back into DMT, but then I was hesitant on it, and I was like, oh man, but I'm probably gonna stop, like, cause I go through these weird phases in my psychedelic journey, where from 2016 till 2018, I went on an herbal journey, tried 50 different plants and herbs, did them hundreds of times, many different doses, and got to know those plants. And then I found the plants that I wanted to gain a relationship with. And like, I still take lion's mane mushroom, kratom, cannabis, Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds, and and LSD, but it's not a plant. But but I'm getting ready to stop using LSD because I went on a journey to use. I was using DMT in the beginning of my journey, and then like did nothing else. I tried. I didn't even try mushrooms or LSD or nothing, and like did DMT hundreds of times, and then was scared to do mushrooms because I thought it was gonna be and LSD because I thought they were gonna be, uh, like DMT but for fucking 5 hours or for fucking 12 hours. So I was like, nah, I'm not trying to do that. What? But going back, thinking about it, it was easier for me if I wanted to trip for a consecutive time. It was easier for me to smoke DMT and continue building what I needed to build in my physical life without even realizing anything because I was still young, dumb, ego driven, wannabe gangster, wannabe thug, like, uh, and but smoking DMT, I was able to manage life. LSD is very chaotic, but this was my journey. This is just the way my life is set up, where it's like every year there is sections where I am getting to know all these different plants and gaining my relationships with them, gaining their knowledge while I'm giving them my knowledge as I'm tracking along the psychedelic road, right? And as I'm tracking along the psychedelic road, hitchhikers come, have their thumb up, and some of those hitchhikers were motherwort, or which I gained a relationship with the motherwort plant and cannabis and kratom and all these different things, and now I'm on this journey where I'm getting ready to uh, get some San Pedro cactus powder. I'm gonna make an extract with it, and I'm gonna do some mescaline. Right? I've never done mescaline, so I think it's time for me to go on that journey. Um, but before I go on that journey to do mescaline, um, I'm gonna start smoking DMT again, uh, just here and there. And right now, I have my ego has this fear about it. Like I don't know why, but it always does. But as soon as I get into it, as soon as I smoke it, I remember that I love it and it loves me, and it's been walking with me the whole time while I was here. Like this is what my last DMT trip said. My last DMT trip I had, the entity, she was like, it wasn't formed as a being or anything. It was the whole thing in a sense, kind of just there. And she showed me and was like explain like telepathically sent to me in a sense that she was like, you know how you just feel like you got this? You know how you just you feel like you're floating on through life and it feels like you're floating through life like it feels like I'm just going through life but like I'm just in the motions and I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels like whatever. But that's what she was saying, that it's because that's her. She's helping me through life. That she's like, when you follow your heart, when you follow your soul, when you what Terrence McKenna said, when Mother Nature loves courage, and the way she responds to courage is by removing impossible obstacles in your life, and it's that thing that like she was basically saying, well, it's that thing, and I don't want to sound too controversial because like this is just what I got out of that trip that uh, that basically she is the thing that everyone feels has their back. When God has your back, um, when you feel like there was some divine intervention and some shit that's going on, like magically you needed something to happen, and then oh my God, you got this phone call, and like you never guess what, and it's like I don't know those things, that feeling, like because I could feel the connection with the earth, like I can feel the thing around me, just like I'm getting like it's like an oxytocin flow, but not from the herbs type shit because I take herbs and they also give feelings, But it's the thing that when I wake up in the morning, I go through life. I'm just on coffee, um, and I'm kind of just feeling the same thing. Like I'm always this, even if I'm a little like this or whatever the fuck. I don't know how to explain it. Like sometimes I'm hype as fuck because I'm not stoned. Like cannabis really is a medicine for me. Like without cannabis, I am extremely hyper and sound angry, but I'm not. I have so much energy that I don't know what to do with it. This is why I have so much energy to do everything I'm doing, right? I have an unlimited amount of energy to do everything I'm doing with my life because with or without the coffee, with or without any substance or whatever, I can go. Like, because the sober me is just too energized, too much energy. So I put it in everything I do. From and that's why I like to scatter myself too. I'm working on the video visualizer for the album, learning Blender, making more beats for to sell, learning things about crypto and NFTs and doing all these things. I'm scattered because if I don't do that, I feel like I'll be sitting here like a fucking like ready to just boom. So I don't know where I get this from. I don't know why I have it, but I have always had this, and it's just there, and it ain't going away. I thought it was gonna go away as I got older. Like as I get older, it's just getting more and more energy. I feel, and like I don't know. So if I went sober, like I don't know. If I went sober, bro, like it reminds me of a story. When I was working at this pizza place, I went there because I smoke weed every day, right? But back then, I would smoke weed every day, even if I couldn't afford it. Like one time I ran out of weed, and I went to work, and my boss pulled me aside because he knew I smoked weed and shit, and he knew I did DMT and psychedelics and shit. Because his favorite drug was LSD, but but he was explaining. So I know you talk about these herbs and stuff and things like that, but are you doing coke? And he was like, yeah, do you know what ice is? And I was like, what, bro? Like, I don't do drugs like that. Like, I've never done. I mean, which no, not against anyone who's ever done cocaine or drugs like that, but like I've never done cocaine. I've never done meth. The closest thing to that I've done is MDMA, but and that's what I mean. Like to each his own. But basically, he thought I was on a upper because I was sober, and I was like, "No, bro. Like I'm just sober, and like this is how I am when I'm sober. Like because no one sees me sober. It is only recently, because moments like that didn't happen because that only happened because I ran out of money. But I have been high in one way or another a majority of like it was I used to smoke 15 blunts a day and each blunt like had 2 grams in it and like, it was like this uncontrollable. I would just smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke and I didn't know where the fucking weed came from, but it always came. It was always coming and it was always there. And it is only recently that so I stopped smoking cannabis just for financial reasons and started smoking wax just for financial reasons. It is cheaper for me to smoke wax. It lasts longer. Like $40 will last me 2 weeks, right? Of worth of wax. And it's this thing that I'm like, well, that's because $40 gets me like 2-3 grams. Well, $60. Yeah, $50. I can get a fucking I can get an eighth for $50. So like, of some good ass fucking cannabis wax, all different types. Shatter, batter, crumble, live rosin, all these different types, and I'm like, so it's cheaper for me to do that. So as I've gotten older, I've become more responsible, but it's not. It's this weird thing where it's my preferred state of consciousness because it is actually my medicine. Now that cannabis is legal, it is literally just me being fucking lazy. I have to go uh, re redo my insurance because as soon as I redo my insurance, this insurance might cover me to get my teeth fixed. So I'm gonna get my teeth fixed, but I might as well do everything, right? So yeah. So I'm probably gonna get the cannabis card, and then I'll be able to. I don't know. Do you get free cannabis if you have a med card, or is it just cheaper, or is it just like because I don't know because I don't need that much. I think my one dude said something about giving them he could only get wax or whatever. He couldn't get flour, and I was like, well, that'd be fine for me because that's all I smoke is wax. But like, because this shit is an actual medicine for me. Because without it, I people will mistake me for being like, oh, I don't know. It makes me realize that humans are multiple different things. We're not just one thing necessarily. Like, because I'm not just one thing really. Like I'm multiple things. The me that's stoned is a little different than the me that's sober, and the me that's on coffee is a little like different. And that thing that Terrence McKenna said is real. Like you could tell a lot about a society based on the drugs they use, but you could tell a lot more about a society based on the drugs that they don't allow you to use, because the drugs that you use become part of your personality, part of your culture, part of your thing. So like people who smoke weed, there is like a weed culture now around it. There is this whole thing that there is around smoking cannabis. It's not just uh, I don't know. It's not just a nothing anymore, um, because now it had you take a group of people who smoke cannabis. They could probably all sit down and have a nice conversation together. Same thing with you take a group of people who take psychedelics, even when they're sober, they'll be able to have a nice conversation together. It's because their mindset is the same. You take someone who drinks alcohol every week, and then you take another person who drinks alcohol every week, they'll be able to have a dope conversation together and vibe out, right? Because they will understand each other because the society that we live in is based off of alcohol and cigarettes and coffee and caffeine, energy drinks. Um, this is like what sex, like these are the drugs our society is ran off of, and these things shape our society, shape our mindset, shape our ideas and our possibilities and our limits. Because me using psychedelics has been an interesting thing because like I've realized that I've kind of become limitless. Like I feel like I have no limits. Like as long as I withstand this energy that I have, as long as I don't die, I will do the things that I really, 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 really want to do. Because, like, all I want to do is be able to make a living off of living. Because that's where the world's headed, anyways. Like, all of our kids, if we do this right, if the world evolves correctly, all of our kids will be making a living just by living. Whether it's like just having some passive income side hustles on the internet that pull in enough to pay the bills, and then another one that pulls in enough to live like, because we don't need a lot, but we need something as human beings. Like um we need our freedom of time, because the reason why I sit here and think I don't have enough time to spend 15 years learning Blender like I spent 15 years learning FL Studios. Um, but I but that's only because I'm like, well, I have to literally if shit I'm trying to figure some shit out in the next 2 weeks or so. But if that doesn't work, I have to get this job. And it's so fucking stupid. Cause like I'm just trying to do what the fuck I love to do. And it's like the world makes it the way that our society is set up, they make it so you don't have time to do what you want to do. That you have to go to work when they say. You don't have time to spend time with your wife or whatever because the way our society is set up is to work, 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 work. And like nowadays the wife works, the husband works, they barely see each other. Like I don't know. How many hour-long conversations do wives and husbands have? Like, how many, like, I don't know. It's this thing, it's because the way our society is set up. It's not set up for you to build true, deep bonds with people. It's meant to have you have shallow bonds because how can you make a deep bond with someone you work with? They're just they're someone you work with, and sometimes people do make a bond with the people you work with, right? um Teamwork make the dream work, but it's not your dream, it's someone else's dream. And dreamers are not uh looked at nicely in our society, but they're the ones that built the society. So it's yeah, it's definitely not easy. I guess trying to just do your thing. Cause yeah, it's the story of the starving artist. Why is that a story? Why is that an idea in the human consciousness of the starving artist? Because uh, the artist that there's many forms of the starving artist. The artist that gets too attached to their art that they have a hard time selling their art, getting rid of it because they're so attached to it, because they spent so much time on it and put their soul into it, and then have so much trouble giving it away. And then there's the people, the starving artists who make art and have art galleries worth of art, but then never show it off because they don't have enough confidence to believe in themselves. Um, and then there's the starving artist that just has a hard time mixing business with art. Because, it's a hard time mixing business with art because they don't really mix. But they can do transactions together. That's about it. But yeah. I don't know if y'all say anything because the fucking thing doesn't say anything. Yearly Adam S says, do you scrape the seeds? The natural fungus on Hawaiian Bee Butter seeds can make your gut hurt. Not anymore, because over the years I've just gained a stomach tolerance to Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds and all these different plants and herbs. So because I've taken 20, the max Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds I've taken was 20, and that eventually made me throw up probably 4 hours into it or 5 hours into it, but now I don't even, but I like that gut wrenching feeling. I don't know, I was explaining earlier, that's part of the bow down to it. You better bow down. You ain't, it's not a party substance, and that's what it makes it known, that you ain't gonna party with a stomach ache. You ain't gonna party with that stomach feeling. You ain't gonna party when you're nauseous. You ain't gonna party because the experience itself feels a little, the body feeling it's not as orgasmic as LSD, or it's not as whatever. It's definitely a spiritual tool to have spiritual visions with. I've had so many deep, closed-eyed spiritual visions on Hawaiian baby widow seeds. It is insane. The perfect dose I've found to have those visions is anywhere between 8 to 10 seeds for me, but I don't eat the seeds. I do a cold water extraction for 3 days where I let them sit in distilled cold water, I crush up the seeds, like grind them up, and then I put them in cold distilled water, in a bottle of cold distilled water, and put it in the back of the fridge for 3 days. And then I shake it, once in a while, every day, and then I strain it through like a shirt or something, like, or whatever, and bottoms up. But I do a mixture where like I use garlic, I guess garlic tea you can call it, and it's a horrible taste, I know, but they call it a shaman's tongue. I don't know who the fuck said it. Some dude said, after you're in the jungle for a while, you start drinking these plants, you get this shaman's tongue. And I was like, fuck yeah. I'm not in the jungle, but I just take a bunch of nasty herbs all day and all the time, and, like, yeah, you build a shaman's tongue to them, just like you do with alcohol, because I don't drink alcohol at all. So last time I drank alcohol was 2015, and like I've never even really been drunk before. Like I've the closest time I was to getting drunk, it scared me, and I was like, I don't know how people do that drug. That drug is scary as fuck. Like I thought I was like the guy doing substances and shit, but then I was like, no, these humans they funny, they funny, cause like alcohol is a fucking drug. It's just such a like a weak affinity to the receptor or something that it requires like liquid ounces of the molecule. Like, I don't know, like if people understand, like alcohol itself, like vodka is 50% alcohol and 50% water, right? So that 50% that's alcohol, that's the vodka, is uh that thing is the molecules themselves. Like the molecules of alcohol is actually a liquid. Now you can dry alcohol into a powder, and you can have alcohol powder, where it looks like white powder, where it kind of looks like cocaine or something, or any other white substance molecule. But the problem with alcohol is you require ounces of the fucking, like the reason why you couldn't, like people don't use the alcohol powder is because you would require ounces, like 2 ounces of the powder, or like an ounce of the powder, or whatever the fuck, to get the equivalent of like a shot or something like that. And like we all know what an ounce of fucking, like, what an ounce of powder, like that's a lot of fucking substance. uh Alcohol, like, it's this weird substance that if I told you I was about to take an ounce of pure THC at one time, I'm gonna eat the whole ounce. If I told you, like, pure wax, like, I'm gonna eat the whole ounce. If I told you I'm gonna I'm gonna eat an ounce. I mean, one day I'm gonna eat an ounce of mushrooms, but eating, like, these are that, like, that's a lot of But no, if I told you I was gonna eat an ounce of pure psilocybin, like, you'd be like, no, you're not, man. Like, what? But alcohol, you have to eat that much of the molecule or it doesn't work. It's a funny thing. What is sober you if a game of corn alters you, but biome and they alter your mind? I don't know what you mean, but if it's going down the way I was thinking, you meant is I definitely think these things have altered my mind into the mind I wanted it to be. Like that's what I was looking for. That's why I was searching through the plants, searching through the molecules, and I was doing research on the molecules. What receptors do they attach to? What is the LD50 of them? You know, is it neuroprotective? Is it neurodamaging? The reason why I haven't done Amanita muscaria mushroom is because motherwort contains a molecule called stachydrin, which if you compare them side by side, stachydrin and muscimol, which is the molecule in the red and white mushroom, they both look alike, right? They look similar. They're similarly shaped. It's just, yeah, they're different molecules. But it seems that the motherwort at high doses seems to give similar, a similar thing to the Amanita muscaria, and I would categorize motherwort in the same category as Amanita muscaria. Uh, this drowsy, trippy, kind of comforting, just vibe feeling to it. Like I don't know, but Amanita muscaria is neurodamaging. It damages. It can It's ibotenic acid is really uh, damaging to the mind, and people claim that they can, decarboxylate the whole thing out of it, and it's just not possible without a lab. So I have been thinking about getting some muscimol and just extracting out the pure muscimol, or just ordering it because it's legal. So if I just find a vendor for it, then I can just get the pure muscimol and try it that way. Um, do the research on what the dose is. I have a milligram scale. And that's the thing. I don't do substances unless I am educated on what I'm doing. What's the dose that, if it's dangerous, what is the dose that can kill me? If it's, and majority of the time, I don't do substances that could ever kill me. But like, I always weigh my things, test your substances, that whole fucking thing. Know your source, know just, whatever. And it's like this thing where I know I'm gonna have, when I start exploring my mescaline, I know I'm gonna have mescaline because I'm getting the mescaline, because I'm getting the San Pedro. And I've had this theory that I make this motherwort extract by brewing down the motherwort, a brew, and basically making like extract powder, and it's really potent. So I figured if I do that with the San Pedro cactus, that I should be able to get an extract that is at least 40 to 60% mescaline, if I can get it right. So that's my goal. But man, I'm telling you, I was not sober for this conversation though, bro. Cause like that dab got me so stoned. But thank you guys for vibing with me this morning. It's only 8:40. I'm like ready to start the day. So I hope you guys have a good day. I'll probably see y'all later.